And there are many times I've seen pictures of someone that's like, oh, isn't this guy queer? He's queer, but he's a Kito.
Dog guard him. They first tied him up. We're beating him. Oh, so you're gay, Abi. You the man.
You can't say anything. If you go to the police, in fact, they will even try to blackmail and extort you because you are gay.
Hi everyone, I'm Liba. Welcome to Q Convos, brought to you by Tears, where we have conversations that center queer identity and culture. With me and my hosts,
CJ Bamba, pronouns are he, him, human rights activist with focus on LGBTQIA persons' rights in Nigeria.
Okay, Temi Ide, chronically online queer writer, and
My name is Helena Nelson. I'm an actor, dancer, influencer, and entertainer. My pronouns are she, her, there, and with me.
Vincent Desmond, writer, editor, researcher. You've probably read my work or you've seen my tweets somewhere. My pronouns are he, him.
Proud much.
Of course.
yeah, and I'm just a girl, as always. Today, we're discussing a very serious topic that affects a lot of people because it's very, very realistic. We're discussing surviving Kito and how people who try to find queer community can be hurt. And so I feel like it's very essential for us to discuss like first we need to understand I know some of us may, but we don't know which of our viewers know. But Kito is a term that refers to people who specifically go out of their way to manhunt and harm and extort queer people by luring them through different ways, like dating apps, and they pretend to be people who are queer, lure the people in, then keep them. They do all sorts of. It's very violent.
It's a whole lot.
Yeah. And I just feel like that understanding of what Kito is needs to be put out there.
Yeah.
So
I kind of want to say something. When I first came across the term Kito, I did assume that it really was people who were masquerading as queer, luring queer people into their traps and whatever. I think for me one of the saddest things, because I've done a lot of work covering queer, Kito, and I've talked to a lot of people who have been harmed, who have been traumatized, really traumatized, outed, had their life savings kind of wiped by these people. And the saddest thing is that it's not always queer people, it's just people who are taking advantage of the culture that we have. It's people who are taking advantage of the fact that when you get harmed this way, you can't report it to anybody. You really can't tell anybody.
You have to stay silent.
Exactly.
I have a story, right? My girlfriend's pet son went out to meet someone that, he connected with. They put the same zodiac, and, the person was queer. And he was like, oh, he's finally found a friend within the same age range. So he's really excited to meet this person. And so because this person is also queer and not out, they stated that they cannot meet in his family's house, so he should book a hotel.
Yeah.
So he went to the hotel, and when he got there, he met this ring of it was an actual ring. The hotel is in on it.
Oh.
Yes.
I'm not surprised
The
actually.
hotel was in on it, and they dog guard him. They first tied him up, put stuffed stockings in his mouth so he doesn't scream, tied him up by beating him. Oh, so you're gay, Abi. You the man. So they were daggering him. So what happened was he told another of his friends that he was coming to see someone, so that one kept calling. So because of that, then there was a knock on the door, and somehow he was able to cut the rope, slip out of the rope. And he said how he escaped till now, he cannot really explain it. Because even when he came out, he had to take off his shirt. Act normal, nothing really happened. He was bleeding. He still had a dagger stuck to him. Wow. And he couldn't tell anybody. Because where are you going to start the story from? Yeah. You know how it is. You know how our country is. They're going to move from this incident, this terrible thing happening to someone,
I focus on the
just being gay,
to the fact that, this happened because of your sexuality. So he couldn't tell anyone. He just told my girl. And she was like, then they just tried to get him to the hospital. And hospitals do not you know how there can be.
In Nigeria.
Even like
And then he had to get back home to be treated, and then she took care. She was just trying to treat him, self-medicated. These are the kind of things that we face here, just for trying to find a community.
So that's to say that even while we talk about Kito being trying to find community, just merely what you put out there as your personal opinion, your content on social media can land you, it could land you in trouble. And it's so also sad to know that while people try to find community, you know, I also have cases, or rather I've treated cases like this in the past where, you know, a lot of people do their businesses online and there are people are, you know, drop shifters, vendors and stuff like that. So you meet someone online who would insist, okay, I can't pay for delivery fee, you have to bring it. Then I'll give you your transportation. This was a thing before some years ago. People would always, before the, you know, coming of delivery people and all of this and all of that, you must take it to you know, the buyer. And then there were cases like that. It was rampant among the, sorry to use this word, respect still, grassroots people. Somebody will meet you online, they want to buy a particular thing, you take it to them, then you get to a place and there you are a victim. You're getting beaten up, you're getting sometimes, you know, sexually harassed and stuff like that. In some extreme cases, killed. You know, people lose their lives in these things and you see how just trying to survive in a society like this could land you in trouble. And sorry to say, non-state actors, that's what we call them in movement spaces, you know, the non-authority government and policy makers, you know, they are the people who do these things. And when you try to, for people like us who have come to, you know, reality and know who we are, we want to speak up, want to take it to the authority, I must get redress and stuff like that, then you realize that a policeman or a policeman basically, because that's the first point of call, will tell you that, hey, so you be gay, Abi, as you be like this, you know. So there's really no thing you can do.
You can't say anything. If you go to the police, in fact, they will even try to blackmail and extort you because you are gay.
Yes.
Because who wants to come in front of the police, who wants to come in front of a court and say, oh, I'm gay also, I went to this app and then I met someone. And they'll ask, what were you doing there? Yeah. So you can't really say anything because of these laws and places.
Why are you gay?
Why are you gay? Yeah, why are you gay?
So you are gay.
So then it now becomes like there's always a fear that, okay, it will not be, what if they arrest me because I wanted to go and have sex with someone?
That's one of the reasons why I'm really I feel like certain apps have started to put in place like measures, like they put warnings out that
for specific areas and geographical locations.
Yeah, they're like, LGBTQ activity in your area may be dangerous. You may need to they put those content warnings like on. You don't know, but you know.
In that case, I think the genuine ones get to suffer. Because when you say, okay, a particular geographical region is a risk area, there are actually good people who are looking for communities that live in that area. So
and there's nothing for them.
But so you get that you're just blocked.
Exactly.
And it's even also still considering the fact that like we live in a country like Nigeria where people are very closeted. It's also like how much information can you control and still find community? Like how much information can you give out about yourself while looking for community without also putting yourself in danger? Like it's such a tussle. It's so violent.
Yes, exactly. And then this certain platforms that let you know about these gangs, what they are called, because I follow a few. Because they will say, oh, this person was caught, this person is a Kito. But then the problem is that I don't think a lot of people have like this memory for faces. Because they put your face, they put your profiles and everything because they can just open your accounts. Like I follow all of these people, but then every name you mention, I can't possibly recognize everything. So if I see them on an app and I want to get to know them, I can't. And also this people online, especially on Twitter, that they masquerade as queer people. And then you won't know until you're in a full-time conversation with them. And then you're like, oh yeah, this is my friend. I've been talking to them for a while. And then you're like, oh, let's meet. And all of a sudden, you are calling all your friends looking for money. And it's so disturbing. And then the money they call, I don't know where they think we are. Because, like, one of my friends got Kito and they were asking me for 500K. I was crying on the road. If I have 500K, will I be talking to you? I was pricing ransom.
Again, I think, we've talked about how Kito experiences and how it affects every one of us, each individuals. And I was just thinking that if there is one way to mitigate these issues and try to at least, reduce the incidences, we should actually try building individual communities, having your very small communities. Yeah. I used to know someone who prided himself in the fact that if you need a queer carpenter, he has a number. If you need a queer doctor, he has a number. I'm sorry, but I'm a very big deal. And a queer person for everything. Exactly. Then they have a community again. They will tell you, oh, I should copulate this evening, and they're like, hey, are you around? Okay, come over. And then you are. You don't have a community. You need an attention of a nurse, and you're calling 13 friends to recommend you to one nurse. And it exposes you to a lot of danger as a queer person. You need a queer, maybe a makeup artist, and you want to be around being free as a queer person, making your calls, having your conversations, and being free with your friends. But you need a queer makeup artist. Then you now call 13 friends. One will now tell you, oh, there's this my friend, I think he's queer. Then they now bring a dangerous person in your space, and there you are. So it is just so important that in any space you find yourself, try to build a community. Try to have people around. I'm not saying this should be, she should take care of everything, but at least it helps in the long run. Yes.
It's also really like finding communities.
It's really hard, and it takes years
very
to
complex.
build.
It takes a lot.
Also, finding community.
would ask, oftentimes, virtually most of our friends, we met them on social media, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So
how do you
get to have to also exactly.
How do you navigate? All of this is just risk. It's actually just taking a big risk.
But I think the one that's proven safe so far is references.
But even then, there's a couple of cases where it's like, oh, they checked. Oh, do you know this person? People know this person, and this person still.
Also, when you talk about Kito,
so Kitos are actually queer.
They're actually queer.
They are actually queer.
They're actually queer.
Exactly.
And then
So they know people.
Exactly.
They're getting information around.
Because the money is sweet to them.
Exactly. The money, the power, all of that. It's
and then
something.
we have to look at the queer people. Queer people can be evil. Queer people sell out.
They're humans.
They're humans.
Exactly.
So what is supposed to do with
Humans
like
can be
humanity?
They have this ideal of like, oh, queer people were all coming together. Some people are bad. Some people are
And
very
that's just
evil.
people.
And some people will be the one to tell the
People are
gang.
very bad, though. The people that are bad are good, and the people that are good, though.
Tell us your story.
People are very bad. People are very, very bad. They run away from people.
They'll just be the one to tell people that, oh, okay, yes, I know this guy is looking for someone. They refer them. And then you see that, oh, this person is queer. I know this person. And there are many times seen pictures of someone that's like, oh, isn't this guy queer? He's queer, but he's a Kito.
So I want to say this. I remember in 2020, I remember writing a story for Vice about the police using the SSMPA law to extort queer people.
I remember that story.
Yeah, and so
I'm a victim.
oh, girl, say.
Yeah.
So the whole system is basically defined your nails are painted, you have you have locks, anything at all. Just say, oh, why are you gay? You are gay, and that's case.
Do you know he's a crime? Please, officer.
Do you know he's a crime for this? Nobody cares about the law. But you're alone on the road. So what then? What did you do?
Then invasion of privacy, then you hear things like, let's see your phone.
Let's see your phone.
Let's see your phone.
They go through your phone, they see one picture.
That's it. One directly told me, why you find like woman?
That's
You
better.
are gay. You are gay.
That's even better. That's
You know,
just-
it was just when you say why you find like woman, I was like, oh.
Mine was like it was last year, and I remember I was in a cab with my friends, and like he just like, are you a man or a woman? And I'm like, and he's like, are you a man or a woman? I'm like,
Wait, scared?
what? I did not want to give an answer because I know like and definitive answers can put you in trouble. So I was just like, and he kept saying, I was like, what do you see? What do you see? What do you see? And he was like, okay, let's go. And that was it. And he gets me to the station. It was so fucking. It was so.
Oh my God.
I gets me to the station. But like when he took me to the station, right? They did not like. They arrested a bunch of people that night. I was not with those people. I was VIP arrested. Like,
Special audience.
like now it sounds funny, but it was not funny because like the other people they arrested were outside. They took me into their barrack, like into their room. So I was in the room with other policemen, and I was just there. They were like, "We have new wife." So I feel like it was a thing of like they just wanted to like show me that they had power.
Yes.
It was a flex of power. It was like you are here. Other people were arrested are there. they can get out. Like, you are here, nobody's going to ever find you if you don't want them to find you.
Wow.
Yes.
Because I'm not in, like, if I'm with other people, it's somebody that can,
Somebody
they
that
can
can
tell
something.
me. It's like, oh, we're at the same police station or something like that. I was not with those people. I was in a room, they were doing, they were flashing me, they were saying all sorts of things like, oh, we have new wife, we'll do this to you today, blah, 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 today. And I was just there like,
Oh my
and I was there for like
God.
5 hours, like from midnight to 5 a.m. I was just there, and they just kept like, another one set to come in, they'll be like, this is our wife, or they'll come, they'll touch me. Like,
Touch you?
Like, not, like, touch me, like, and she are so soft, all those type of things.
Even though.
So it was so, like, it was very traumatizing. But like, that's when I actually realized that, like, even the police, they have so much power
Especially
that we
them.
don't know.
Especially them.
That you, like, it's not until you're in that type of situation
Once
that you
it clocks
realize that.
11.
Because if they not let me out, I may not be here today.
Yes.
And nobody will know who I am. It'll be like missing. Nobody ever knew.
They could make you disappear forever.
Exactly, and it's just, I fizzled into thin air.
I went out with a friend in 2021, and it was like supposed to be like a queer hangout. So I was just a +1, so I didn't really. On our way coming back from the place, we were stopped by the police, and my friend is like openly gay and he's very effeminate. So he was like, dressed sassily. He'd had a lot to drink.
Giving.
He's, like the life of the party. Like I'm not the life of the party. He is the life of the
We
party.
know who you are.
Yes. Right, and then so they're like, he's gay, right? So they said we're not going to go anywhere. They're going to take us to the station. But they didn't take us to the station. They drove and dropped us at 3rd Mainland Bridge. They left me in another car. Another police car came and they took my friend to the other police car.
That was what happened to me too. Because they took me out of the cab and told the cab to leave. To not, like, they drove the cab away.
I told this person that if he leaves that place, he cannot leave me without my friend. Then the two of us will jump into the water. This is something that I haven't been able to tell anybody, just because
It's so
yes, I'm
huge.
bisexual, and it's going to be like they're going to take away the story from what the trauma we experienced.
Change the
in
narrative.
living. We were in that place from past 3 till early 4:30 to 5. And when they brought my friend from the other car, they had molested my friend. And he was just
That's just.
when they brought him to the car, and he was just a shadow of himself. For somebody who is very vibrant, and he couldn't talk. The police, they drove off in the hillocks, and it was just the cab that we were, because the cab guy was with us. They didn't let him go anywhere. And then I said, okay, let's go back to my house, and went to Battery. We even saw another set of police at Chevron.
Yeah.
That they were not asking us to pay money to let us go. And then I transferred money to the guy. The cab guy did not even, at the end of the day, the cab guy could not collect money from us
Yeah.
because of what we went through.
So when you have cases like this being perpetrated by law enforcement agents and agencies and authorities, policymakers especially, is there something in any way, somehow within the law that can be maneuvered? At least when these things happen, you could say, no, within this particular act or law, I should be safe, I shouldn't be harassed, I shouldn't be touched.
So the thing is,
Do you understand?
So the thing
And
is, they know.
Sorry, can this thing be made public so that, we and the younger generations can learn this? Because until we learn and start to maneuver and maneuver situations like this, we really can't be free.
The problem is they know.
They know.
The law enforcers, they know the bypasses. These things are not done with, like, there's a reason why they never let you stay past 5 a.m.
So if you insist that you're not going to give them money, you're not going to give them any information, and want to stay till dawn, so
They can do whatever they want.
They will
No,
kill
but
you.
actually, I
No,
get what
here's
you're
the thing.
asking.
So that legal, I think what they say that legally,
Legally.
factually
Okay.
speaking,
Factually speaking,
what can be done?
Okay, so factually speaking, there are a lot of laws that protect you from like torture, all the things they do to molest you. But the problem now is that the laws are in place. Like when they call on like, oh, the law prevents like 14 years for having sex. You were not having sex, you were just driving.
Yeah.
And then them molesting you. There are laws you can claim, like the VAP Act, all those other laws, you can claim under that. But the problem is like, are you ready to go to court? Are you ready to be
You have the
cross-examined?
resources.
Also, I think the
Are you
big
ready to
problem.
be outed like that? If I want to say, okay, I want to follow these laws, I have to say, okay, after I go, I'll come and file a report. They will say
With
it
you.
never happened.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I will still file the report. Then I have to go. Then if this blog should mistakenly take your story, and I say,
Something else.
gay man, caught.
Misrepresented.
Especially Insta blog.
Exactly.
Oh.
And they won't.
That blood if I catch you.
Do you know, a friend, someone I met very recently told me a story, and I thought this might be very informative. So he said that he was ketoed. Prior to that, he didn't know. You know, some people have these intuitive feelings, and he felt so. He began to change his friends' names in his phone with their pet names. So he had his best friend, who is a lady, saved as Mama, which of course eventually they read as Mama, and all of that. And other people called Papi and all of that. So he said he got ketoed at some point and they needed to call his family members. So when they wanted to make this call, and the first thing they were looking for, who be your mama? Where your mama? Where's your uncle? So they said, call my mama. There it is. And they dialed this number. Fortunately for him, his best friend picked the call. And she was able to code quicker. Yeah, yes, they paid ransom, but at least he was not outed. Yes, they paid ransom. Yes, he went through a lot, but at least he didn't do what he was not ready to do at that point in time. So I began to think, if there is a way, you know, knowing the dangers that we are prone to, that we are exposed to, we begin to take precautionary measures like what my friend, someone I met, did. And I thought that was smart. I thought that was pretty smart.
That was smart.
Because oftentimes this is where they thrive.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about the law enforcement agents. I'm talking about, you know, individuals who just go all out to, you know, people off, sorry to say. You know, these things can be put in place where, you know, CBOs and NGO during trainings could tell these young boys and these people like, hey, you know what, this could help you in situations like this.
I do agree. I think this is where community, funny considering what we're talking about, community comes in. Because with someone like me, what I have with all my friends, not my friends, but my closest friends, my best friends, is we all share our location and we all know where at some point we are.
I mean, that's how a person to my friends
Exactly.
too as well.
So, and so it's a great lifesaver. It gives you a
Yes,
lot of
it is.
exactly. So sometimes even when it's not a keto situation, just so like the police stops me and I cannot test my friends police. I have to give a full sentence.
Exactly.
But they're seeing my location and if they say that this is not moving towards the house or towards where I should be going, they know I'm in danger. So I think that's one thing that I think I've told as many people as I possibly can. And I keep telling everybody, like, share location to, like, your closest friends, your best friends, stuff like that goes a really long way.
One of the things I really despise about heterosexual relationships with some females is that they have this idea that the other female wants to take their partner or something, so they don't want to share anything. And then when something happens, they don't have anybody that can maybe speak for them or back up for them or something. Like, but I do have some heterosexual friends that tell me that, oh, I'm going to see this person is my boyfriend, this is their name, this is their house address, this is their car, their plate number, this is their
Very
picture.
good.
You understand?
Yeah.
Call me in the next 2 hours. Call me in the next 4 hours. And because sometimes I'm online at by midnight, I'm trying to edit some content. I call them in 2 hours. I set alarm. Alarms has saved my life. I set alarms. I call them in 4 hours, in 2 hours. If they are not picking up, I'm escalating it.
Instantly.
I am calling their
Instantly.
family member. I'm calling somebody. Please call this person. They've not been picking my calls. I was supposed to read them for so thing.
Exactly. And you should imbibe like the culture of like calling, like if I'm going out, I'm calling my best friend. I'm going somewhere. I'm on the way there.
Don't keep it
I'm calling like,
secret.
oh, I'm like, when
People
I'm
need
there.
to know you're there.
So when I'm there,
My best friend
when
wants
I
to hear
get
details
there-
afterwards.
No, it's not even that. When I get there,
I'm providing.
when I get there, I'm calling.
Yeah.
When she gets to where she's going, she calls. So it's not.
I've
If
arrived.
you get there, you don't call me. I'm calling you, madam.
Exactly.
Yeah, are you
Are you
there?
there? What's up?
Like,
Are you good?
I'm looking at your location. I know you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be. But are you okay?
Are you okay? What's
safe?
happening?
And I want to
What's
mention
the
something.
situation?
So, like, in this situation, the situation I was in, when you don't share location, when I don't have a number, if I'm calling Tears, where would I tell
Say
Tears
that
that
you are.
Because it's, and then I'll just be like, okay, you didn't tell me we're going anywhere. I don't know the location. I don't know where.
I know the
so
start
like,
from.
Now I know that you're in danger. I don't know anything.
don't know
I
how
can't do
to
anything. So
give
I'm just
sign help.
Just like-
listening and praying that I know where you are. I'm just like, okay. I'm talking to the Kito guy. We know where, like, at least if I knew where you were going, I can arrange, like,
from
okay,
somewhere, yeah.
4 or 5 people, we will come to meet you. But, like, I don't know anything. I'm just at the mercy of whoever is speaking or whoever is calling. And then the way they manipulate you, and then they give you, they're just like, oh yeah, rain is falling, just come further.
Yeah.
Because you can give an idea, they'll just be like, come further, and just take bike, it's not too far. And then all of a sudden, and then people, the thing about, like, I think the most recent Kito event that happened to them, the people on the streets would not help. Because, and then they were afraid to call out to people on the street because once they shout you are gay, everybody might
Everybody
Yeah,
comes
yeah,
in.
yeah.
Everybody comes
Everybody,
in.
you can never depend on the Nigerian public. Immediately they sound
For anything.
shout
The moment they say, oh, you're
Gay.
gay, case is
gay,
closed.
not gay.
It's decided.
They just leave you. They don't mind they're shouting for help or anything.
Yeah.
They won't take videos and laugh at you,
Yeah.
even if you're in danger. So you have to depend on your community safely. And then even if we're giving all these tips, like it's
Nothing.
It
Yes,
doesn't
nothing.
stop
It doesn't
it.
stop it. It's just ways to
some-
move
some-
it just
safer.
stop gapping it.
Something
Doesn't stop
just I just remembered something. During the other time that there were raids and some persons were arrested in
Yeah.
Warri, and the authorities claimed it was a gay wedding. From the information, because I did personally investigation. I tried to know what happened. It was just a white party, a costume party, and people just wore wedding dresses and all of that.
Just
so
because-
now I
And I
think
said it was marriage.
I saw it
That-
all.
that-
it was
that's
marriage.
marriage.
And they made
it was a
they made
marriage.
it, the narrative they used that it was a secret wedding.
Exactly.
Now, it was an event that was publicized, that had flyers, that had invitations to it. And the party happened in an open space. So how is it secret? How is it private? How is it whatever you called it? And it had flyers and
Everybody knows about
invitations.
it.
Now, so where I'm driving to now is that oftentimes the media has fueled
Yeah.
this narrative.
Yeah.
You know, you just talked about someone getting beaten and the public or the neighbors are not helping the matters. Then someone is just putting it up and posting it there. Gay man was caught on my street today. Then another media blog put
They can
text
report
it up
it.
and said, gay man caught,
They always
gay man
have
caught
having
having
sex.
hook up. And you see that a lot of narratives have been used, keep building. And eventually the gay man who is the victim, right?
It's the villain. It's the villain now.
Quickly.
And this is so sad. You know, oftentimes we talk about Kitos as being perpetrated by outsiders, you know, people we meet online, law enforcement agents and stuff. Like, we don't talk about Kitos within our families. Yes. That
That's a very valid
Kitos within our
point.
families. Like, we have that brother
that's
who is
too deep.
That's-
homophobic. We have
Yeah.
that brother who is
The
homophobic.
cousin,
And
the-
cousin,
the-
and we see
Trying to correct you.
We see their homophobia.
Who's doing a
Then
little bit
in some cases, they have even bullied you. They have abused you.
They have to correct you in their own way.
In their own way.
To
What
set
they
it straight.
term correction. And these things are usually the first experience of homophobia and
Yeah.
especially Kito. It's always from the family. There's always that cousin, there's always that wicked auntie that bleaches. There's always that uncle that drives a Mercedes Benz that is always there trying to tell your parents how to raise you. Do you understand? I have my personal experience, and that is why I thank God for Beyonce. Because to me, who would have thought that somebody will come and finally make us believe in ourselves in some ways? You know, propagating queer cultures in the way that we understand. So at the end of the day, the generations are coming, the young people are coming. If they're not empowered within the first circle of human existence, which is the family, how are they going to go out there and become really powerful?
Exactly, like what
so
you
much
said.
harder.
If you have a strong support system, them calling to call your parents, you'll become.
Do you understand?
You'll become.
Come on, mama.
Exactly, like call
You know,
my mother.
when I came out to my mother, it brought out a new level of like freedom for me. And
God when.
the whole story, like, you know, previously they would tell my mother, oh, Helena, they do a shower for Lagos. Helena, they stand for road.
Now walk.
Take us to work.
They stand for road. Freedom, I cannot even begin to explain. When people call her to report me now, I say, oh, I never did this, I never did that. She say, no, my daughter now, I go throw away my cooking.
But when parents say things like this, I feel they haven't come to terms with the reality. Wait, can I finish? Yes. So when you say things, oftentimes you hear parents say, and because of my picking, and because of my picking. It's not because you understand. It's because even if you're a thief, even if you're a pedophile, even if you are a serial killer, I go accept you. But do you actually understand me being queer? So I think that understanding
If it was
can be
someone
empowering.
else's child,
If it was
do you have that
just
compassion?
because if you're talking about homophobia, let it go round.
So I kind of want to say this because even for a Nigerian parent to say, no, I became, that's huge.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
really huge.
That's a level of love anyway.
The
That's a level-
bare minimum is something huge to them. For them to say that.
So I was just using my own experience coming out with my mom. My mom was someone who was widely accepting of homosexuality from a lot of people, except her own kid.
Oh.
Did you get? So it was the reverse situation with
But
me.
that was a very soft landing. That's a very soft landing.
No, so because my mom was so, and it made me feel deluded into thinking I had a safe space with her, thinking that she was just
okay.
so. And I came out to my mom and it ruined my relationship with my mom for a very long time, for years. My mom threatened like the police with me and everything. It was really bad. So even for your parent to even say no, I became, it took my mom over 2 years to come to that point where she could even say, no, I became, I don't go to Ram. And from people that I've spoken to, that's really, really rare.
In the context of having a support system when it comes to keto, if your mother says, no, my picking with that, somebody calls, hello, your son is will post pictures, something on me on the internet, your mother will be calm because you will be calm. Because your mother already knows. Like imagine like being in a space where your parents don't know, they don't know anything about it, and they're calling them, please, do you know your son is gay? My son is going to we need 500 KOS, so we're exposed to the public. The kind of panic it will cause. So I feel like if more African parents, if more Nigerian parents were like, okay, I cannot do anything, I'm the one that born you.
Yeah.
That's fine. Like when you get into that situation, you know that nothing they are saying is a shock to them. Because if you are still living with the fear of, oh my God, what will I do? I'll die if they call my mother. Because some parents will legit leave you there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Some parents and
some would leave it to us.
because
Yeah,
now because that's different from.
I remember the
Oh,
first keto situation I had to deal with.
See.
It was it's not my
They will
friend.
hang up.
I don't know the person. Like it's just my friend's friend. And next thing I was involved and I was calling. They said they called the mother hung up.
They will hang
I
up.
was like,
I think
I don't even know this person. I don't know
You
your
don't know
child.
you're that worried.
I'm fighting, I'm
for
calling,
your
I'm
child
trying
while
to
you're-
make
You are
your
the mother.
child. And you just they said she
My
hung
friend's
up
mom
and
did not do
blocked
anything.
Can I say
the
something?
number.
Ignorance is a thing.
No, it's just hatred.
My
Hatred, huh?
friend's mother was the one who arranged the kidnap.
That's what like Chijoke was saying
Oh
about
my
some
God.
family.
Not even about homophobia within the family system.
Oh my God.
She tricked her daughter to come from abroad and created a safe, specific safe space. And said, oh, come back home. I love you. I've forgiven you.
Lord, have
I
mercy.
know
Oh my
that you are
God.
gay, and I know that you say you're not going to change for anything. I've not seen you in years because girl has been abroad for years. I've not seen you in years. Just come back. Just come. Once she landed, the mother seized her passport. This girl was somebody that I connected with on TikTok, but I didn't know we had a mutual that was like my friend, and my friend is also queer, right? She texted me on TikTok that she came, right? And then 2 weeks after, she's not messaged me, and with all the excitement and everything, I messaged her. I messaged her like nearly 8 times
No reply.
before she finally responded. And when she responded, it was like a month after.
Oh my God.
Oh.
Oh my God.
She responded, she was like, yo, that, what's up that she's at this, Awoyaya side, that, I can come visit, it's an estate, blah, 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 that, but she's not close to her phone, that she would text my number to her mom, then the driver would, come get me at the gate, blah, blah, blah. I carried my makeup stuff, I got to Awoyaya, I got to the gate, I called her, I said I'm at the gate, she said the driver is coming, and the person that came was her mom. I entered the car. The one was like, oh, how long have you known my daughter? I said, we've been following each other on TikTok for like a year now. She was abroad. She told me when she come into town that I've been expecting to see her since. But anyway, I'm happy to see her now. The mother was like, oh, okay. that after today that she doesn't want me to ever see me with her daughter again.
Sure, didn't you?
She told me how hard. She didn't care now. She said, see, I felt like cold water poured on my body instantly. She said that if she sees me close to her daughter, that she will hurt me. And she doesn't know me, but she doesn't want to extend whatever that is going on in her family to a stranger. So that after today, that she's just letting me see her daughter because it's necessary. But other than that because I've been nosy, I've been texting too much.
Maybe she's been on the phone.
She's been on the phone. I got into the house. The girl came. She hugged me.
She still got into the house?
No, because she
She
drove it.
allowed her like
She drove
they
her,
did
she
this
said you
last
can
time.
see her.
I could see the girl, because
911.
Traumatized.
we got into the house. I met the girl, like her room is upstairs. Her room is on the last floor. It's a 4-story. We got to the last floor. She now took me to the bathroom. The bathroom is padded. That was where she told me that she'd been a prisoner in her home.
Pathetic.
She had the time for her to go back had passed. The mother has taken away the internet, her phone, her passports, her glasses. She doesn't see.
That's just
That
proper
is
abuse.
violence.
That's what I'm
That's
talking about.
abuse.
That is torture.
Yeah.
That is torture.
The only reason that her mother has hours, times she gives her the phone so she can reach out to the outside community, so it doesn't look
So it doesn't look like she has been
anything.
kidnapped or
so
anything.
they don't escalate.
So to help this situation, sorry, I'm not cutting you short. I think, I know there are helplines. I know that virtually every organization have a helpline for cases like this. And if there's a way this helpline can make in smaller digits, oftentimes it's very long, 080
Yeah.
we can't cram
That's not memorizing. Just share it
if it's something
easily.
like 444 111 000 333, a quick dial. That when this happens, before you start, you need to call TS is 000 000. And even though TS might not peak, because the moment the police or these people know that your phone is ringing, they take it from you. But at least it has rang.
Yes.
They could trace your location.
Exactly.
They could trace the last place that you were. And a lot of situations can be,
Yeah.
exactly.
I feel like what we can get from these situations is we talk a lot about community. We have to be community. You will not have been able to figure out what was going on if you didn't go, if you didn't show up and
communication was
exactly.
Yeah.
So we all have to. While we talk about community and building community, we have to show up for community.
Exactly,
Yeah.
we have to show up
We
for
have to
community.
show up.
It's not like
It's
only
it doesn't have to be our
hangouts,
friends, it doesn't have to be our
emergencies.
close friends, it doesn't have to be an emergency, you just need to be present.
Yeah, be checking in on people.
Yeah.
Did she escape? Did she escape? The way you're
I
calling.
don't think she
She
even
has
knows.
not posted on TikTok since
Oh,
then till now.
Oh my god.
So that means she still doesn't have access to her phone. That means she probably has
hope
gone
she's
back
alive.
to Canada. I don't know if she finally found a way out, but then decided to block the entire memory
Hopefully.
and not reach out.
Then there's worst case.
Understand?
Then there's worst case.
I'm not
I feel
being
like this
hopeful
has
with
been
all of you.
such
I don't
a-
know why. I'm not being hopeful with all of you.
This has been such a tough conversation, guys.
Yeah, I've gathered other people's.
Yeah.
I gathered
So
other
please
things.
show up for your quick community. Oh.
Yeah.
If you want to be an
Please.
ally, Valentina.
Show up.
stand
When they call you, be active.
Be
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
vet people.
Thank you for having us again.
Okay. Q Convos.
This was too natural.